Hey guys, this is David with JoomlaHosting.co. We're going to go over the Joomla 3.0 Beta 1 install real quick. You will need to already have your files moved into the public HTML folder and your databases configured and ready to go. Without further ado, let's go ahead and install Joomla 3.0 Beta 1. So first off, this is what the new install looks like. Once you go to your domain, it will redirect to the installation folder, and this is what the new design looks like for Joomla 3.0. So first here you can see the select your language is still there. It's set to English by default. Site name, so this is your human readable name for your site. We're just going to type in Joomla sample 3.0. And then description, this is also a human readable thing. Alright, moving on, we got the next thing down at the bottom on the left column, site offline or online. If you put it on offline, which would be yes, that would mean you have to log in just to see the front end of your site, not just the back end. So if you set it to no, your site is live and public for search engines to crawl and so on. So let's go on to admin email. For this, you just type in the administrator email you want to use. We'll just type in a test one for now. Alright, moving on to the second one. Second part is admin username. So now you just type in the administrator's username. For this, we're going to stick with admin, but you could also use things like your name. So we're going to go back with admin and just use that for now. The administrator password needs to be something secure or something you're going to remember. So for this, we're just going to use something we already used to. Alright, and then you just type in the password one more time. Alright, in the next section we've got the database configuration area. Like I said before, you already have to have your databases configured for this tutorial. So the first thing is database type. MySQLi is perfectly fine for most hosts, and that should work for us. The next one is host name. Localhost is pretty good. I would just stick with that unless you have some other reason to change it. 90%, 99% of people will not need to change that. So just leave it alone if you don't know what it is. Alright, so the next part is the username. So we're going to put in the database username for our site. That is going to be demo_J30B1 for Joomla 3.0 Beta 1. And our password is, we'll just paste that in there. And our database name happens to be the same as our username, so we're just going to repaste that same thing there. And then down at table prefix, that's randomly generated now. So just leave that as it is or change it if you want, but it should be good to go. It's very hard for hackers to get it since it's completely randomly generated. Alright, so now moving on past table prefix, old database process. There's no reason to change any of this unless you know what you are doing and have done it before. So let's move on. Just click next and we should be good to go. So now we are in the finalization stage of the Joomla installation. Install sample data is the first question. For new sites that you never used Joomla before or just kind of a beginner Joomla user, it can be helpful to have sample data. But if you are a advanced Joomla user, you're going to just find this probably kind of annoying. So like for me, when I install Joomla, I rarely install the sample data anymore. So let's move on. Email confirmation, that means if you have selected an email, it will send all of this information to you. And you can say, include the password in the email. Sure, why not? Yeah, I'd like to see that and be able to find it later. Let's move on to the next one. Main configuration. Site name, there it is, and the description's right there in front of you. Site is not offline. You can see all the configuration information there. It's just laid out real simply before you, and you can even print this page out or take a screenshot of it. That way you have all of your information there and you can see exactly what it looked like when you installed it. So it's all in one area. It's not spread over a few tabs like in the previous installation. So that's nice. Pre-installation check, you need to make sure this is all green and says yes, or else you will have trouble installing Joomla. Next one is recommended settings. These should all just be green, and you may have a yellow or so like we have. That's probably not a problem. These are recommended settings, so they're not absolute have to have them turned on. All right, let's just click next and finish the installation. All right, that's it. We installed Joomla. Everything was correct, and we're good to go. So now the only thing left to do is to remove the installation folder so that we aren't open to getting hacked by bad people. So click the remove installation folder, and you'll see that it is now successfully removed. So now you can either visit the site on the front end or the administrator side. So this is a new Joomla, so let's check out what the administrator interface looks like. So you just use your login details. Wow, okay, so this is the new Joomla control panel for the administrator. It looks pretty spanking awesome, and hope you enjoy using Joomla. This is the beta 1 for Joomla 3.0. So check it out, and hope this install guide helped you. Thanks.